What is going on, everybody? It is TheWalkthroughKing, and here we have another Firebase Z guide. This time it goes over all of the intel that you can currently pick up in the game, and at the end of this video I will actually go through and play and show all of the intel at the menu. So if you do want to get the down low on the storyline, you can just go ahead and skip to the end with the timestamps in the description and see everything there is to see. Anyways, if you guys are new here, definitely recommend subscribing and joining our channel. We are on the road to 100k by the end of this year. Let's see if we can hit that. And if you guys got any help with this guide and want to support the channel, a like on this video would be appreciated. Anyways, let's get right into things. As I said, check the description. There will be timestamps there. Starting out with Requiem, there are 3 audio logs, 3 documents, 12 radio transmissions, and 4 blueprints. However, for some reason, there are extra audio logs that we can actually pick up. I will show the ones that are actually in the map right now. I'm not sure if this is for a future season or what, but you can actually get more than what is shown at the menu. Getting right into it, the first one can be found on this bench right at spawn above Pack-a-Punch. A second audio log can be found in the military command next to this table. The third audio log can be found in the data center on top of this table. Finally, there is a 4th audio log that doesn't show up in the menu for some reason. It can be found floating in the air over here at the Rocky Defense area. Just go ahead and shoot it. It will fall down on the ground, and then you can go ahead and collect it. This does not show up in the menu. I'm not sure if this is glitched or what this is. It doesn't even play the audio, but it's there if you want to collect it. Moving on for the documents, all you have to do is get Mimic and Mangler kills, and there's a chance that it could drop a document. There are 3 for Requiem. I will show all 3 of them, me picking them up. I believe there is a cap on how many you can get per game, so after 1 to 2, I'd always just restart and go for another one. There are 12 radio transmissions for Requiem as well. This is the location of the radio for it. It is at the data center. There is a cap of getting 1 intel from this radio per game, so every time you start up a game, just go ahead and make sure to collect that each game, so that way over the course of 12 games you'll get them all. Here's a short montage of all 12 of them being collected. Finally, there are 4 artifacts for Requiem on this map. The first one is the blueprint for the Ray K. It could be found here. The second is the weapon trial folder, and it could be found on the ground where you get the eye for the Ray K. The third is a diary, and you get this by getting the eye and then obtaining the key for the wonder weapon lockers. It can be found inside of this locker in the barracks. Finally, for the last artifact for Requiem, all you have to do is build the wonder weapon at the weapon table that you can build it at. You cannot actually get this artifact if you just obtained the wonder weapon through the box or through trials, so you actually have to do the quest to build this wonder weapon, build it, and then go ahead and grab it off the table, and you will unlock the last artifact for Requiem. If you guys do not know how to do this, a text guide will be in the description for this. Next up, we are going to go over Omega's intel. There are 8 audio logs, 6 documents, 4 radio transmissions, and 5 artifacts that you can get. Starting out again with the audio logs. One can be found in the field hospital on this little table. Another can be found underneath this table in the planning offices. A third can be found on top of this table in mission control. A 4th can be found underneath this table in the colonel's office. A 5th can be found in the weapons lab on this little shelf. A 6th audio log can be found in the scorched defense area right here. A 7th one can be found on top of these pipes in the engineering room. You just have to go and shoot it down. Then once it's shot down, go ahead and collect it. The 8th and final one, you have to go partway through the Easter egg and open up the dome area, and it can be found on the floor to the left. A full guide for the Easter egg will be linked in the description. Next up, there are 6 Omega documents that you can find. Again, for these documents, just like the last ones, all you have to do is kill Mimics and Manglers, and there is a chance that the documents will end up dropping. Here's a short montage of me picking up all 6 of the documents. Next up, there are 4 radio transmissions for Omega. These can be found in Peck's quarters. Again, just like the last radio transmissions for all the other ones. You can only get one per game, so each game, just remember to come here and pick up one of the 4 radio transmissions. Next up, there are 5 artifacts for Omega. The first one is the eye that you get from building the Wonder Weapon. It is found in the Scorched Defense area. The next 4 you get all through doing the Easter egg quest. Revanov's ID badge is obtained at the beginning of the Easter egg before you get the serums. The agent delivery system is obtained when you get the serums and then you end up mixing them. The essence trap is obtained on the step where you gotta trap the mimics. And the ether meter is on the step where you have to actually get the ether containers. Again, a full guide on the Easter egg will be in the description so you guys can follow that and obtain all of these. Moving on for Maxis, the first audio log can be found on a shelf in the equipment storage room as shown. The second Maxis audio is in the middle locker in the barracks area. You do need the key in order to get this. That is the key that you get for building the Ray K. The third Maxis audio is actually quite hidden well. If you go over to the spawn area that I am in right now, you can see where I was shooting at. It is actually up there hidden in the ceiling. You have to shoot it down. And then once you shoot it down, go ahead and collect it on the ground where I show. Next up, there are 4 documents that you have to collect for Maxis. Again, just like all of the previous documents, these are obtained from killing mimics and manglers, so just go ahead and kill them, and they have a chance to drop documents. There are 4 documents that you can actually get from killing the mimics and manglers for Maxis. Next up, we have 7 radio transmissions for Maxis. Her radio is found in the Rocky Defense area. Again, just like all of the other radio transmissions, you can get 1 per game. So make sure you go ahead and go to the Rocky Defense area 1 time per game for 7 games and collect all 7 of these radio transmissions. And that completes everything that you can get for Maxis. Moving on for the Dark Aether, this is the final set of intel that you could get for Firebase Z right now. There are 4 audio logs, 10 documents, and 1 radio transmission, as well as 1 artifact. And we're going to talk about that artifact in just a moment here. First, for the 4 audio logs, 10 documents, and 1 radio transmission, as you see in the background footage, there's basically a montage of me going and collecting a bunch from intel trials. That's literally all you have to do to get these. Just go and start doing a bunch of trials. Over time, you'll end up getting these intel trials, and all of those that I just talked about will be obtained through intel trials. So just keep doing intel trials over and over and over again each game. I believe there's a cap of maybe 3 to 4 intel that you can get per game off of intel trials. So just keep doing those until you get all of those intel. And lastly, for that 1 Dark Aether artifact, it is currently unknown if that is actually possible to be obtained right now. A lot of people are speculating that this artifact is something that is bugged or glitched out and is not obtainable, or maybe it does come from a side Easter egg that has not been solved yet. If this artifact is found, I will have in the description how you obtain this artifact, and I will even upload a separate video later on once this is found. I personally believe this might be something that is glitched out and not obtainable right now, as there are a lot of other intel drops that you can pick up that are for a future season or just are not even in the menu whatsoever. So stay tuned for this, and if you guys are subbed with notifications, you will get a video notification at some point in the near future with how you obtain this artifact. But for now, I am not sure how you can actually obtain this. I believe it is bugged and not for this season or obtainable right now. For the rest of this video, I will be showing and playing all of the intel from the menu, so if you just want to see the story from this intel and not actually go get it yourself, it is available right here in this video. For the documents and text transcriptions, I will not end up hovering over that for too long, so if you do want to read all of that, feel free to pause. I hope this video guide helped you guys out. Let me know in the comments if it did. If there is any future intel that is added to the game, be sure I will be making a guide and posting that ASAP. This has been TheWalkthroughKing, and we'll see you guys at the next video. Peace!
Are you still angry, Weaver?
I'm rarely angry, Sam. You should know that.
No. I know that you're just very good at hiding it. I have news.
Tell me what's going on, and please, Sam, don't lie. That would make me angry.
I have a contact within Omega Group. He wants to meet. I've seen the intel he has firsthand. He's the real deal.
Okay.
There's an Omega operation underway at a facility about halfway between Hue City and Kesan. Headed up by one of their top scientists, Dr. William Peck. You heard that name before?
I know the name all too well. He may have a brilliant intellect, but he's an arrogant narcissist who cares only for stoking his own ego. Above all else, he's a fucking traitor to this country.
I know. But this Peck is also about to help the Soviets secure the breakthrough they need to control access to the other dimension.
Okay, let's assume your intel is solid, and this is all true. You have to let Requiem take it from here. Where are you now?
This could be our only chance to catch up with the Soviets. I'm going to meet with my contact.
Sam, I don't want you to get yourself hurt.
Please don't be angry, Weaver.
Damn it, Sam.
Is this a secure line?
Who is this?
Is this a secure line?
As secure as they can be.
You're wrong. They're listening. They always are. That's why Maxis is where she is now.
You're the contact she told me about. Where is Samantha now?
When I arrived at the meeting, they were already there. Omega. They took her.
Did they hurt her?
They will keep her alive. At least, for now. They will have taken her to their facility. The one where you must go. Where you must send your people.
Who are you to tell me what I should do?
I am Sergei Ravanov. I know you need Peck's research. I know you need to close the gap. I know you know how quickly you are falling behind. Their Ethereum research is way beyond yours. Way beyond anything you could imagine. Maxis would want you to stop them weaponizing it further, even if it meant she sacrifices herself for the greater good.
If you're lying to me, if you betrayed her, if any harm comes to her, I will kill you myself.
It will not come to that. I have already told you, Omega are ahead of you. Every step of the way.
Thank you all for coming. I can see from your faces you look worried.
Concerned, not worried. There's difference.
We believe we have identified the purpose behind Outpost 25, Omega's secret base in Vietnam.
And what is its purpose?
My contacts believe they have developed the technology to enter into the dark ether at will.
How marvelous!
No, it's not fucking marvelous. It's another indication that we are losing this war.
Intel suggests they have successfully harnessed the energy of the crystals, for purposes not yet known.
We have to send the team in. This is a chance to... Why are you raising your eyebrows like that?
I think the Major is reminding you, and not very subtly, that this is a military operation. We are merely advisors.
Well, am I wrong? We are going in, right?
Dr. Gray is correct. We need to send a team to secure their research. But we also have to extract a prisoner.
Your Russian contact? Surely he's burned. Or maybe even playing us for fools. This has got wrong written all over it.
No. The Russian contact is not a priority. I'm talking about someone else. Agent Samantha Maxis.
Ah, yes. The mysterious Miss Maxis. I thought she was more than capable of taking care of herself.
She is. But there's another player in the mix. One who may go out of his way to bring her harm. William Peck.
Oh, that's not good. Peck is a nasty piece of work.
state just how important this mission is. We're at risk of falling so far behind, we may never catch up. My contacts in the field have provided intel that suggests Omega are not only advancing their Ethereum applications, but they have in fact harnessed the power to move in and out of the other dimension at will. The other dimension? Well, it's got a name that you may have already heard. I'm not exactly sure who first coined the term, but we've taken to calling it the Dark Aether. The name is probably no more ominous than the reality. Omega's next move will doubtless be to try to weaponize it. I'm sure I don't have to tell you how bad that will be. You already know what the mission parameters are. You know what needs to be done. Even if we can't apprehend Peck, we must recover what remains of his intel. But there's more than that. You are already someone who knows when to read between the lines. You are someone who knows there are other battles to be won. Battles to avoid a bigger war. This is personal for me. You need to make every effort to extract Samantha Maxis. I'm trusting you. William Peck. This fucker is a traitor. He deserves to be brought to justice. If you want to know what you're dealing with, I think it would be entirely appropriate to call him a malignant narcissist. However smart he may be, or thinks he is, the only thing he cares about is himself. Strange as it sounds, we could really use him right now.
Outpost 25. Just look at this place. This hilltop used to be a U.S. Army fire support base called Ripcord. Nothing left of it now. This construction's all new. Our intel report said it was walled off. Impenetrable. Omega's very own Fort Knox. Not hard to see why. I'll make this clear. We're behind. Requiem's made progress, but it pales next to what Omega's accomplished. Teleportation, a new kind of super battery, and that assault rifle won't be long until the Reds have it in mass production. If we could recover that rifle tech, or their research on weaponization, it would be a very good day for Requiem. Hell, maybe I could pass it along to the DOD, give them something to cheer about. But we'll keep that one between us, won't we? Now, all this sour talk doesn't mean Requiem hasn't had some wins. You're equipped with one right now. The WAND's Weaponized Ethereum Neutralizer device. Cool toy, right? Little pet project of mine. One of my men brought me the concept, and once I saw the schematics, I realized the tactical edge they provide in the field. Allocated one of our science teams to develop the tech. Dr. Strauss initially objected because, of course, that grouchy old German did, but he eventually came around. Sure, the names might be a little splashy, but you gotta let the eggheads have a little fun during R&D. I won't lie. It's a strange feeling sending you to Nam. Feels like yesterday I was being flown out. Man, that first week. It was hot, wet. No matter what you did, you couldn't get rid of the stick. You try washing it off and it just make it worse. And don't get me started on the damn lizards in the showers. Hard years. I lost men. Family, brothers. Then there was Apache snow. But that's a story for another time. Let's just say when we came back, the stick stuck with us. I spent years trying to clean it off.
Here you are, Outpost 25. The progress they have made at this facility. We may as well be the NACA watching the Sputnik launch. I would be lying if I said the Ethereum-based power source hadn't caught my eye. It is interesting work, albeit crude and unrefined. They approach the process like a blacksmith when what it needs is an architect. Recover that research, and I will refine their work in weeks, ending this Ethereum energy space race before it's barely begun. Ethereum has proven to be fascinating in both its gaseous and solid crystalline states. It appears the infected and dark ether creatures require it for their very survival, not unlike oxygen in our own reality. We've observed that the farther you are from a breach, the less exposure you risk. If Ethereum is their oxygen, this explains why they are restricted to these outbreak zones. But I suppose this is all rather boring to you. I may as well be attempting discourse with a slab of meat, a bovine with a submachine gun. You would do well to remember how Ethereum has benefited you in the field. Major carvers, WANDs, the experimental explosives you clear pathways with. 2 examples of things that would not exist if not for my work. You're welcome. The goal of my work has always been to create the tools necessary for humanity's improvement, not its destruction. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. But I was very young when the Uran Varine whisked me from university to end station. I was promised the opportunity to explore a new frontier of atomic research. When I realized that meant weapons research, I requested reassignment. Little did I know my transfer would be to a much more insidious project, led by Dr. Friedrich Steiner. After a year, I literally could no longer stomach it. I defected as part of Operation Paperclip. It has been something of a storied career since then, but given Ethereum's potential, I am still hopeful Requiem will make the right decision on where to focus its efforts.
Well, we're in the thick of it now, aren't we? So far, these breaches have been random, and we've had to scramble to react to their sudden appearance. But if Omega has the tech to control when and where these portals open... Nope, shouldn't even entertain that thought. Maybe it's just down to the region's dimensional fragility and they haven't actually developed the tech to open them willy-nilly. At least not yet. Now, as for this whole conscripted labor thing, forcing people across the threshold to collect crystals and data, that is not okay. Hopefully my device will help us solve that problem, at least in terms of research gathering. More on that later. What I'm still really keen to understand is the transformative properties of Ethereum. We saw what happened to those poor sods at End Station. Some of the infected remain mostly humanoid, while others resemble more powerful, evolved creatures. What made their transformations different? Take that infected Omega soldier, the one who helped us with the particle accelerator. Why did he turn into that? That's one of the things I'd like to answer. Maybe not here, maybe not today, but it's on the list. We've seen the element's impact on humans and the environment, the infected transformations, the blossoming crystals. Now, what I'm really eager to learn is, can we harness and control the effects? Keep the benefits and discard all the crap that hurts us? We saw what happened when Boyer genetically modified bacteria. We got insulin. Changed the world. So what if we alter bacteria from the infected? What genetic secret do you unlock? Super strength? Pain resistance? Immortality? Okay, no, actually, I do not like the sound of that at all. I know I'm essentially working for the military now, but I'd really rather focus on how all this helps the world. Helps people. That's what I want. I hope you feel the same.
Personal log, Peck, November 9th, 1983. 2 days ago, I identified and submitted the perfect location for Phase 2. After assessing the dimensional breach outside of Khe-Sanh, I found a mountaintop formerly occupied by an American base called Ripcord. It has the ideal dimensional fertility to suit our project's needs. I just received word an agreement was reached with the Vietnamese government, and construction is set to begin on the 11th. What excellent news. So far, the breaches have been uncontrolled, which greatly restricted our ability to take advantage of this new dimension. But, if we are able to open our own stabilized gateway that operates under our control, well, I mean, come on. We'll be the first with free reign to pilfer, pillage, and plunder an alien world, untainted and ripe with resources ready for extraction. It will give us a considerable edge over my former countrymen. Good riddance to them. This is Dr. William Peck. It is the 8th of January, 1984, 1:13 a.m. This is test number 32 for Dimensional Breach.
Must you start with that every recording?
Do not interrupt, Dimitri. This is your chance to learn something from a real scientist. As I was saying, test number 32. Dr. Kuklay, you may proceed.
Activating resonator. Beginning magnetic amplification. Dimensional barrier identified. Beginning particle distortion.
Barrier membrane integrity at 50%.
Amplification is still approaching the limits prematurely.
Increasing voltage output from ethereal crystal. It's working. Membrane integrity at 40%.
Amplification has reached maximum safety parameters.
Let it ride, Dimitri. Let it ride. Increasing voltage output.
Amplification exceeding safety parameters. I'm shutting it down.
You touch that button, I'll have you gutted like a fish and fed to your comrades in Solyanka soup. Membrane integrity down to 10%.
You Mudak! You'll get us killed.
Great. Adjusting distortion frequency to pattern echo
4. My God.
Eat your heart out, Dr. Vogel. We'll see who history remembers. Peck here. Personal log, March 19th. After weeks of phasic misalignment resulting in numerous anatomical displacements, today marked our first successful teleportation test. I'm sure Private Pashkov was happy to arrive with all parts intact. After the generators last month, this marks the second milestone achievement for Outpost 25. I must admit, our rapid progress is due in no small part to our Dark Aether miners, or Aethernauts, as the Kremlin has chosen to call them. Dr. Kuklay tells me crystal collection is up nearly 240%. This intake volume has allowed our scientists to continue working around the clock, and is frankly how we have accomplished this impressive feat. It is true some don't return, but I'm told it's a small percentage. That said, many of those who do return have displayed physical and psychological symptoms ranging from infection to amnesia. Unfortunately, these subjects, after study, must be euthanized. I've spoken with Kuklai about developing a memory transference machine. Give us the chance to at least recover the affected's memories. That will take time to construct, so in the interim, I'm developing a truth serum to assist with interviewing the amnesiacs. Maybe we can pry the truth from their damaged synapses, so their deaths won't be a total waste. Proceeding with examination of upper abdomen. Dimitri, retractors.
Placing the retractors.
Organs appear somewhat similar to our own, but everything seems merged, interlinked. Observe the lungs. Similar location, but its pleura extends and connects directly to the heart, passing through the endocardium. There appears to be something engraved on the interior of the creature's back. What is that?
Что за черт? That is a face.
Yes, there does appear to be a warped, stretched pigmentation that resembles a human face.
Resembles? Look! It even has a bump where the nose should be. Wait. No! It is Private Glasgow! We sent him to the other side last month, but he never came back. Is this thing him?
That last remark is to be struck from the record. We have no proof this creature is Private Glasgow. Let's continue. I suppose that's as good a place as any to terminate the session. Subject has turned itself into a cassette tape.
Fucking stupid Peck. Be quiet, Dimitri. This is a chance to learn from a real scientist. Dimitri, do this. Dimitri, do that. Shame on you, Dimitri. I will have you turned into soup. I am Dr. Peck. I'm a big, smart, real scientist. Fuck you! How about that, Peckerman? Fuck you! So I decide enough. Time to work on my own invention. I take the Ethereum crystal and I design new rifle that would make Kalashnikov weep. And what does Peck do? He laughs! Says it is waste of time. Calls it a child's toy.
Stop being so small-brained, Dimitri!
Small brain, I show you, Peck. No, oh, shit. You are not the only smart man at this facility. Peck wants me to give up. Probably because Peck wants to steal it for himself. Now he can never assemble it. When I leave this place, I will take it with me and sell it to the highest bidder.
Maybe I underestimated you, Dr. Kuklai.
Of course you did, Peck. You see, I always have had a keen eye for opportunity.
That's not to say I don't have my suspicions. Once I've gathered sufficient evidence, did I not say no interruptions? Gorev, you're here. In Vietnam?
In the flesh, comrade. What? Old friend cannot be visited? You look so rigid, Peck. So nervous. You remind me of San before he does his silly theater shows. He freezes up, like he sees ghosts and forgets lines. That or he soils his pants. I trust that is not the case here. Sit down, please, before you hurt self. You look rather pale, even for you. How are you not getting sun here in such temperate climate?
May I inquire as to the purpose of your visit, Gorev?
I am here with special message. One I decided to deliver personally. We intercepted communication from BND agent Maxis. You remember her? The leaked in-station tape?
Why would I give a rat's ass about her? Isn't she dead?
It is funny you say this, because not only is she very much alive, but she has turned one of your men at this very facility. He is planning to deliver your research to Requiem.
I find that highly improbable.
Highly improbable. Why do Americans talk like this? It is either truth or not truth. Why must you be so non-committal to facts? I do not understand this.
What exactly do you need from me?
Orders from Colonel. And orders are simple. Pretend to be mole, plant trap, apprehend Maxis.
Then what?
Interrogate her, torture her. I don't need to know the specifics. As long as she confesses and reveals who Mole is, I am happy. It is good when I am happy, yes.
I'll take care of it personally. So, Sam, do you realize what this is? Do you even know? Of course you don't. So I'll tell you. It's a gateway into the other world. Have you ever even dreamt of such a thing? Have you ever imagined what it would be like if everything you knew to be true was just turned upside down, changed forever? That's what this represents. It's a door to another world, one that could enrich or destroy everything depending on who holds the keys. Look at you. Resolute. Stubborn. Your silence isn't going to help you in any way, you know. In fact, it's just going to make things worse. We will find your informant, believe me. That's the funny thing about secrets. They can't stay secret forever. Sooner or later, they are always exposed, along with all their inherent beauty or ugliness. You know, I don't think you realize just how small of a cog you are in this machine. You're close to nothing. Worthless. No one is coming for you because no one cares about you. Honestly, I'm doing you and the world a favor. We are made from Earth, and we will return to Earth. Some of us sooner than others. From dust you are, and to dust you will return. Can you hear me? Is anyone there? The dial tells me this is the correct broadcast frequency, so I'm just going to assume you can hear me. Whichever Omega lackey happens to be receiving this transmission, start dialing the Colonel. Now! I've got a, developing situation over here. Outpost 25 has fallen. Everyone here is either dead, dying, or infected. I'm the last one alive. I want to make this unequivocally clear. This is not my fault. It was the gateway. Without warning, it unleashed a massive burst of Aetherium. The infection spread quickly. As my men began to turn, I observed a phasic barrier surround the base. My men tried to escape, but anyone who entered this phase quickly succumbed to a terrible case of death. More creatures keep arriving every hour. I'm trapped in a room with little food and only a literal pot to piss in. Get me the hell out of here!
To my friends at Omega HQ, Peck here at Outpost 25 with an update on my situation. Requiem is here, and believe it or not, that's actually good news. Now, why would you say that, Peck? I can hear you ask. Well, let me explain. Do you know what I love about Requiem? They're idiots, and idiots are good for one thing: following instructions, obeying without a moment's hesitation, like a lemming leaping off a cliff. Well, these little Requiem lemmings leapt right into restarting the power for me, which means I can now begin satellite transfer of all our work back to Omega HQ. The facility may be lost, but Omega's work will live on. Don't thank me, thank Requiem. What good, little lemmings.
Oh, Peck. When I heard of your situation, I cannot say I was surprised. What was it? Experiment gone wrong? Did you forget to carry the 1 in equation? Drop deadly vial? Or was it worse? Something more sinister? How many men have you sent to their deaths in other dimensions? Maybe one came back for revenge? Rest assured, we are assessing situation. It does not look good for you. I told them it was big risk hiring American. They are not built to last. I'll report back soon with our decision. Peck, it is Valentina again. Omega has made decision, and looks like your ace-up sleeve actually worked. We are receiving your satellite transfer. Download should be complete within an hour. Once it is done, you are to destroy mainframe. Ensure there is nothing left for Requiem to acquire. Omega teams are en route to your position for evac. ETA 2 hours. Do try to stay alive until then. Valentina out.
Hello, Peck. I have been informed to your current situation. Most unfortunate, especially for men with bright future. I had big hopes for you. An American in Moscow, like classic Hollywood movie, huh? I was Gene Kelly, and you, well, you were the other one. When I last spoke to you, I gave you simple task. Capture Maxis, find the mole. Simple. 1 week later and you have outdone yourself. You have destroyed your base, gotten countless loyalists killed. But at least you learned who Mole was, huh? But wait. This is not true. You did not find Mole. You also lost most valuable intelligence asset because you think it was a smart idea to throw her into other fucking dimension. Do not worry, Peck. Gorev is here now to clean up your mess. I will find your mole. For his sake, I hope he is dead. If he is not, he will soon wish he was.
You received the files, yes?
Yes, I received the files, but I have not reviewed them. My situation is changing.
You are no longer with the BND?
Let's just say I'm more of a free agent now. There are many spies and traitors within our national institutions.
I understand.
Which leads me to wonder, why are you a traitor? I've seen your record. A founding member of the KGB counter-terrorist detachment, Alpha Group. You took part in operations across the globe. Central America, the Caribbean, Angola, Afghanistan.
Yes, I am a loyal soldier of the Soviet Union. And I have done questionable things. Terrible things. But I am no traitor. If you knew who was running Omega, and I believe you already do, you would not even have to ask me that question. I am not a traitor to my country. Despite their slogans and mantras, Omega are not who we are.
Are you certain of that?
Look at the files. Learn something of their work. There you will find your answers as to why I am choosing to do what I am doing.
I will, soon. Stay safe. You will hear from me again. I am troubled in ways I was not yesterday. The information I have received from the Soviet informant has confirmed that Omega's plans are further advanced than even I had feared previously. Omega's leader clearly seeks to control the bridges between this and the other world. He may well be succeeding. Their internal propaganda claims to offer men the opportunity to become heroic explorers of a brave new frontier. Like the cosmonauts whose first journeys into space shocked the world. Even if they had a choice, these men have little idea or understanding of the fate that awaits them. The horror laid out in the other documents makes clear the truth of their glorious contributions. They, like so many before them, are being used. They are miners at the coalface, stricken by blackened lungs, not cosmonauts reaching for the stars. Their bodies, their minds, their very souls, all of it will be ravaged in Omega's relentless pursuit to harness Aetherium. Weaver must know of this. William Heck.
Well, you're very perceptive, Miss Maxis, even with the blindfold.
I thought I smelled bullshit as soon as the door opened, but no. It's just a cheap aftershave. It can't disguise the stink of your sweat.
What can I say? This environment is more humid than I would like. It's worse than Baton Rouge at the height of summer.
We're not here to discuss your sartorial failings. Let's get this over with.
Over with? No, my dear. Nothing is ending anytime soon. Not for you, not for me. Besides the restraints on your wrists and ankles, you feel the electrodes on your body, yes? Of course you do. You're a smart girl. Who is your informant? Who told you about our work here? Who was it who dared betray me?
Does it bother you? Not having any friends?
Friends are overrated. They can't pay the bills.
You do realize the Milgram experiment only showed how subservient people could be when challenged by an authority figure.
Any more smart comments to make?
Yeah. Whose bitch are you? Code in. I am alive. Yes. Still alive. Hear me. I really do hope that you can hear me. Yes, it is me. Please answer. I know you are listening. Code out. I'm not worthless. I'm not nothing. I don't know how long I've been waiting for an answer, but I haven't had one yet. I know you are there. I know. But I am here, and I have been waiting for a long time. How long, I don't know. The days are blurred. The nights are relentless. Is it a week? Is it a month? More? It all seems so long ago. Not too long ago. I hope. Monsters are real. I used to have nightmares about them, and I told myself I was being foolish. I was wrong. I'm not scared. I have overcome much worse things. I will take their power from them by using it. Now, I hide in shadows, like they did when I was a child. I found shelter. I found food. I do what I need to in order to survive. Tomorrow will be a better day. I will choose to believe that. The perpetual night brings dark thoughts inside me. I want to get it out. I don't understand why. I am not spiteful. I am just. I am only me. I am never come. But now, I choose to embrace the darkness, to find the light within myself. I am not a bad person. I am a good soul. I want to believe that. I have to believe that. I wish I could prove it. Maybe I shouldn't. Why do I care what they think of me? I'm just sorry. They do not really know me. When I opened my eyes, there was blood on my hands. I stared at it, not knowing if it was mine. Then I saw the bodies. Omega soldiers. They looked like victims of a frenzied attack. An attack that continued even after they were dead. I have a knife. I do not remember where it came from. I just want to go home. This is a dream. A bad dream. It has to be. That's what I tell myself. Even if it isn't true. What is happening? Why is it happening? I don't know. I don't know anything. I am lost. Please find me. Please.
Adrik Fedorov, the freighter, Omega Group. My squad just returned from the dark place. Well, not all of us did. They sent us to gather Aetherium crystals. It's like picking wildflowers in hell. And of course we say yes, because we are Spetsnaz. Refusal is not an option. Not if you want to maintain your career. But it's not gone well. I have lost more friends here than I did in Afghanistan. No career is worth that. If this is what it takes for me to make sergeant, I can only guess what the colonel has done to get where he is. I was a different man when I enlisted. I wanted to travel as far from home as possible. And I feared nothing. This mission has cured me of both.
Ivan Kozlov. Prisoner number 136778. I was transferred here from Perm 35 labor camp last month. Somehow, I have survived 5 trips into the darkness to get at the fucking crystals. 5. That bastard American doctor even called me Lucky Ivan. He forced us through his gateway at gunpoint. Shot the first man who dared to say "Niet." So in go 9 of us. Only Lucky Ivan comes back. And now, I'm in this hellish place on trip number 6, and I cannot find the exit. Did they close it? Did they get tired of waiting for me? These crystals are heavy. I do not know where I am. And I know something out there is watching me. Not so lucky, after all.
Tobias Hoffman, Sergeant. I was captured on a covert mission in the DDR. My superiors had to deny they ever heard of me. The Stasi interrogated me. I gave them nothing. So they threw me in a Dresden prison for 2 years. And now, A KGB unit I never heard of before has me hunting for damned monsters in this nightmare world they have discovered. They brought Aether prisoners, political dissidents and common criminals, to gather strange minerals from this place. But I have skills the others do not, so they make me hunt specimens for their American scientist. It makes sense. Why risk their own soldiers when they have someone as utterly expendable as me? So I kill their specimens and drag them back for study. The American is giddy with these new playthings. He promises to reward me, but I know his words are empty. Strange man. I swear he feels more kinship for these creatures than he does for other people. Truth be told, I do not hate this work. Dangerous, yes, but better than rotting in a jail cell.
My name is Olga. It is Olga. Olga. Damn it, I cannot remember last name. I was pulled out of labor camp to mine crystals. I was healthy then. But I think crystals make me sick. First came nightmares. I am chair. I am box. I am table. Maybe it does not seem scary, but it is. Then came fevers and pain. Now parts of skin look like wood, look like brick. It is different every morning. Bones are crooked. They bend like rubber. And hair is sticking together like tails of rats. Am I falling apart? Or am I turning into something else?
I do not know how long it has been. How long have I gone without orders? How long without purpose? I fear I am losing. Not just a war, but losing myself. There were soldiers, an army. One I recognized, but hoped I would never see again. I am afraid that wherever I go, I may not come back.